From the Detroit Free Press, it's Monday, January 13th. Here are today's top stories.
Presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Darcy Moran. A 25-year-old Swartz Creek man left on Christmas Eve to meet a man from the dating app Grindr. 4 days later, he was found dead, castrated, and hanging by his ankles in a Shiawassee County home. The slaying of Kevin Bacon has made national news, but it's the suspect's admission to police that he cooked and ate Bacon's genitalia that shocked the state. Records obtained by the Free Press show 50-year-old Mark Latunski was once a well-off chemist, but he has a history of depression, paranoid schizophrenia, and not taking his medication. 2 previous Grindr dates fled Latunski's home after getting spooked during consensual sexual encounters involving bondage, according to Michigan State Police Special First Lieutenant David Kaiser.
You know, unfortunately, we've seen a lot of tragedy in our line of work. However, when you deliver a death message to family about a missing person, that's always difficult. And then when you add on the gruesome acts that occurred after his death, that makes it even more difficult.
Latunski is charged with murder and mutilation and awaits a competency exam and an insanity defense. For more on this story, visit freep.com.
This is J.C. Reindl for the Detroit Free Press. Michigan drivers will have to wait until late spring or even summer to find out how much money they could save under the state's new auto insurance law. They will also find new higher prices for the liability portion of their no-fault insurance policy. But overall, many drivers are expected to save money under the new system, which starts in July. Insurance companies say it's hard to know exactly how much drivers will save because there are so many factors. But people who choose to stop buying unlimited, lifetime medical benefits as part of their auto insurance will save the most money. Drivers will have to buy more liability coverage, but the price increase will likely be minimal.
I'm Susan Selasky, Detroit Free Press food writer. Imagine a glass of French or Spanish wine costing as much as a restaurant entree. An up to 100% proposed tariff by the Trump administration could be imposed on European wines. The tariff has the U.S. wine industry in a less than bubbly mood. Wine prices, industry sources say, could double. The new tariff stems from France imposing a tax on American technology companies. It's on top of a 25% tariff imposed in October because of a trade dispute with European aircraft maker Airbus. The Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America estimate the tariff could result in lost sales and widespread job loss across the industry. For now, some are holding up shipments until hearings at the United States Trade Representatives in Washington, D.C. take place. Other goods targeted by the tariff include olive oil and cheese.
This is Christina Hall with the Detroit Free Press. Macomb County Juvenile Court is going to the dog. Izzy, a golden doodle, is the court's new therapy dog. She provides comfort and support to youth and their families, particularly those who are vulnerable or anxious victims or litigants. Dogs like Izzy are being used in courthouses, prosecuting attorneys' offices, child advocacy centers, and with domestic violence programs in Michigan and across the United States. A public defender's office in Illinois even has one. The trend of using dogs in these types of settings is growing, despite reports that some judges and defense attorneys have concerns about dogs in courtrooms. They believe the dogs could bias the defendant or prejudice juries. Courthouse Dogs Foundation said it has 234 accredited facility dogs working in legal agencies in the U.S., including 2 in Michigan. But there are an untold number of other dogs, such as Izzy, providing emotional support in criminal justice settings, including dozens in Michigan.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department and an update on Big Ten basketball. And the road was certainly rough for both Michigan and Michigan State on Sunday. First, the Spartans, who suffered their first conference loss of the season on Sunday, falling at Purdue by 29 points, 71-42. It was the largest margin of defeat for Tom Izzo's team in almost 3 years.
There's no reason why, if you're competitive and you should go on the road and You got to be mentally tough and physically tough most of the time. Young guys are not very mentally tough. You can get them more physically tough before you get them mentally tough. Mental toughness comes from experience and maybe getting your butt kicked like we did today.
And for Michigan, the Wolverines were undone by Minnesota's Danya Otoro. The Golden Gopher center scored 30 points as Michigan lost 75-67. The Wolverines have yet to win a true road game this season, and Juwan Howard could do nothing but tip his cap to Otoro after the game.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer. See you tomorrow.